What is good, everyone? Welcome to her story, not his motherfucking story. Okay, y'all. I added that extra in there, y'all, but it's just her story, not his story. All right, so you guys, I'm gonna do a live reaction here on a short video. Well, it's not short, y'all. It's like 16 minutes. Oh, y'all, I had to, y'all, because this video clip that I'm gonna show you all had my mouth open. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, it just we're gonna get into it, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna be stopping the video throughout I'm going to be stopping in here and there to give you guys my feedback, my overview of like what the fuck is really going on or what I think is going on here. Okay. It's coming from the channel, the YouTube channel, Thymus and Thoth or Thor. I think it's Thoth, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I hashtag it, okay, to get this person because this is his content. I just watch his channel. I love his channel. He dedicates his channel to black men and trying to get down to the real business of what's really going on within the black community with when it comes to black men. However, he is extremely intellectual. He's just, to me, he's everything. Okay, his viewpoints, what he's doing for black men, and trying to really figure out like what is the issue, okay, and really giving his intellectual overview as a educator, and I think he's an attorney, or he went to school to be an attorney, if I'm not mistaken here, but he is like very well balanced in seeing through the bullshit and seeing what needs to be done here. But his channel is um, focused around black men here, and he calls the bullshit out when it needs to be called out, because most of the shit that a black man be saying and their viewpoints is bullshit, you guys, and it has been for centuries, and that's why we're in the same, that's why the community, if you want to call it a community, is in the state that is in. However, you guys, without delay, I'm going to get into the video. Like I said, you guys, I will be stopping the video, y'all. That's the point of me doing, this channel, is to give my reactions to things and my viewpoints on things. So if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. You over here at the wrong fucking channel. However, you guys, thank you guys who have become a member already. As far as a subscriber, I say a member, y'all. I'm so used to my other channel. If you don't follow me on my other channel, it is my original channel, is Evolving Wisdom. Okay, where I do tarot reading and I do a lot of channeling of what the fuck is going on. However, y'all, back to over here. I'm gonna get the video going here. I am not eating on anything at the time, you guys. I'm just smoking my cigar here, and I have some tea going on here with some aged tequila. Okay, if you ain't on that aged tequila, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Okay, you just ain't on it. Okay, aged tequila here is the shits. But let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
Ignore Dean, because one thing I'm not going to do is have problems with people who didn't do anything with me. All right, have you thought about it now, Sincere?
I told you she was the forbidding of me seeing the father. It
How
was
did you?
from the hurt and the pain of him not being with her no more. That was the reason of forbidding the child to see the father.
Okay, you guys, if I didn't explain, which I did not explain to you all here, um, okay, what's going on in this video, you guys, is this is a black man. Diamonds is going over the situation where he's talking to black men. He's asking the question here: what is the issue with black women? What is going on? What do you have? What do black men have an issue when it comes to black women? So he has the panel open for black men to come up and tell, hey, this is what the issue is. This is what I feel is going on, and this and that. Whatever their He just giving them the platform for their voice to be heard, which I think is awesome for them finally to get their shit out instead of hiding behind closed doors or just throwing it randomly on social media for other coaches and people to see and also degrade us in the way that they have been doing here because we are not protected by our own men. Okay, social media has given people, men, black men, people in general a platform to just say how they feel here, and it has been coming out a lot more of how the men that we birth out of our bodies truly feel about us, our uncles, our fathers, our children, or men, and not our children, but our children that grow into men, how they actually feel about us here. But he's actually opened up that door for them to have a bigger platform here, which is Diamonds is pretty big. Well, if you are into you know, those type of channels and videos and things of that. However, this older male energy here is on here talking about how his mother, his single mother, kept the father from seeing him. This is in his mind, this is what he thinks. This is what he has grown up to think. Okay? So we're gonna get into it here.
I guarantee you, and this is factual. She told me that when I grew up, if he was still with me, he would have been your father in your life.
I
It's
mean,
just the
that's the
truth.
fact though. If he was if she if this man was with your mom, then he
Exactly.
would automatically be around you. That does not mean,
That,
yeah, that does not mean he prevented him from seeing you. I'm trying to ask you what he did. Because let me tell you this, as much of a fruitcake as I am, there is no one in this world that could prevent me from seeing my child. You would literally have to take out a restraining order against me and make it illegal for me to be around my child. So if anyone is telling me, if a man is telling me that the woman prevented him from seeing his child, I'm going to need to know what that woman did. So please let me know what your mom did to prevent your dad from being your father.
Okay, because the fact of the matter is, you guys, any real man or just someone, a man that cares about his child, nobody can prevent you unless this woman has got taken her child and moved across the fucking country into another world, another universe here. Why is it that this man is up here saying that his mother is the one who kept his grown ass father, because in his mind he didn't want to be with her. He wanted to do something else. What does that have to do with him not being in your life? And a lot of people like to put women, and I'm not saying there is not women out there who don't have grudges and don't do these things here, but 90% of the time women don't plan to birth out a whole fucking human being and be a single fucking mother and take care of the responsibilities, not only mentally here, emotionally here, but financially. Like, and I really think that is a fucking hang up here on men, because they don't have children, they don't birth children, they don't go through the mood, they don't go through the mood swings, they don't go through the hormonal change here. But what a woman in her right mind here will actually want deliberately say, I'm going to have children, and then decide that I don't want this man anymore. I don't want to be a family with this person anymore. So I'm going to deliberately keep them out of their life here. That's a whole bunch of bullshit for men who think that way here, or like to get that excuse. No, just say you were sorry, or you was just mentally unstable. Because most of the time, a lot of these men be mentally unstable here. Women, do not try to keep no five. Don't try to keep that whole illusion of keeping a man around and you know he's mentally unstable. Okay, children need a healthy, both, they need two healthy parents. Okay, not just somebody around, not just a mother or a man around, just to say they have one around and they're mentally or physically here abusing them. Okay, let's get into it.
I told you already. She took
Yeah,
away his.
I
She took
promise
away his.
you it
He
is
took his.
not.
He took
If
away the
you
custody
tell
right.
me, look,
She put him on
I'm
child
letting you
support.
have this. Like, I'm literally being as genuine as I can with you right now because it doesn't make sense to me. Your argument cannot be. Your argument cannot be that your mom took your dad to court, filed child support, got child support from your dad, and that was what she did to prevent your dad from being in your life. That is not good enough. That is not it. That's not it.
And then I said took away. Then I took away the rights of visitation rights and all that too. I said that after. Took away
So
that too.
wait. So you're telling me your dad, your mom took away visitation right from your dad. How did she do that?
She filed in court for full
There
custody
is
of the
no
child.
court in America. There
But
is absolutely no court in
oh,
America. There
look it
is
up.
no
Look it up.
court.
Look it
I
up.
think I am an attorney. There is no court in America that
Pull
would
your
allow
computer up.
a woman to take away visitation rights
Something happened.
without a
Something happened,
reason.
brother. Something happened,
Without
brother.
what is the reason?
That was it. There had to be something with something like that. Something with the visitation rights.
What was the reason that your dad mom took away the visitation right?
Because of the first part. Because of him not being with her. That was the reason for everything. The child support,
That is not what
the
court.
custody
Please
battle.
let me
That
know
was
what
why.
court.
That was the
I
factor.
promise you this. I will find that judge personally if that judge is still alive and figure this out. What court?
Now I don't. No, I can say this to you. I don't know if it was full. I might have said it out of context. Maybe it wasn't full custody.
Wait,
But
pause. Let me
hold
just
on, let me
say.
finish.
Wait, no. I'm muting you. Wait, I'm muting you because this is ridiculous to me. You're here telling me that your mom took away visitation rights from your dad, and the reason she did that was because your dad left her. That is not a good enough reason for any court that I know. So please let me help you file their suit against the judge. It will fail.
His dad never went to court, y'all. He's full of shit. His dad never went to court. I'm gonna tell you why he thinks the way he thinks here. I'm gonna tell you exactly why he thinks the same way here. And most of the time, 100% of the time, most men don't. If they not sleeping with the woman, they're not in the home with the woman here. They don't want to pay child support. Definitely black men. Black men, 90% of the time, do not want to pay child support unless they have some type of sexual ties still to that woman. Okay? And a lot of them won't even go to the court systems to fight to even get rights, to get full fatherly rights for their children. I'm not saying there isn't men, because I know men who have done that, who have went to the court system and taken their child from the mother who was unfit. Okay, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but that's very rare, you guys, where there is men who fight to see their children here. And most of the time they don't go to the court system to fight for their child because they don't want to pay child support, or they know they broke ass, bum ass have not been paying child support for the children or the child that they have made. So for this man to sit up here and say that it has to be his mom that did this here and not giving ownership of the man, like this grown ass man who laid down with your mama before you even was born here, give him any responsibility. And I'm gonna get deeper into. I'm gonna tell you why his psychology is fucked up like that. Why his pathology, which is a lot of men, black men, think like this, y'all.
Probably, but let me write a bar complaint. Let's do something about this. I will help you. I promise I will help you. Not legal, not me being your lawyer or anything like that, but I will help you. Are you saying your mom took away visitation rights from your dad because your dad got in another relationship?
That was my whole point. That's what I was saying, bro.
Famous, if I may
Wait,
clarify
no,
that.
no. Because I think he thought I didn't hear when he just said it wasn't full visitation that was revoked.
Did that. That's what I said.
So they didn't take full visitation.
He had no rights to the child. It was all for the woman.
What is you
Everything was for
talking
the
about?
woman. Everything.
I don't. You seem upset. So let's step back a lot from this for 2 seconds. You are telling me that your mom got full rights, full custody, and also went back to the court, took away visitation from your dad. There is no domestic abuse, there's no abuse. Took away visitation from your dad. I don't know what's wrong with your screen. Because your dad got in a new relationship and the court fell for that.
Themis, if I may, I believe my client has a misunderstanding here.
All right, go ahead, Betty. Explain it to me.
Well, he's not here now, but I believe that it's Sincere's personal belief that regardless of what reason they told the court, the actual reason for the mom going to court to have visitation taken away is because she's jealous or has vitriol towards the father now that he has moved on. I think he doesn't understand that you're asking what is the he's gone. What is the actual reason in the court documents that they said the father could not have visitation? I think he was just having a misunderstanding.
The court is not going to take away visitation rights because the woman is jealous, or she has to find, the court system has to find rights or find grounds that this father or this mother is unfit for, like, because of abuse, documented abuse or neglect in some type of fashion. She, a woman or a man, definitely in this case, he's saying his mother went to the court because she was jealous because the father left her as a single mother and moved on. Okay, like, it makes no sense, and that's why Thymus is laughing, because it makes no logic sense what he is saying. But a lot of men think like this. A lot of black men think like this here when they grow up here. That's why I do not play around when it comes to my sons at all. You know, we ain't fit to be playing around with no type of thing of that sort. You are the full truth of that, and a lot of single mothers need to do that here when they get to a certain age here. You need, if you are dealing with cases like this here where the father has moved on or they are mentally unstable here, it needs to be documented, and it needs to be put out there here. No need to be covering up for these brokeback for these brokeback dusties. Okay, no more, women, stop doing that. But let me finish this up here. Let me get back into it.
Welcome back to Logic.
Yeah, welcome back to
Did
Logic.
he hear the story from his dad, sir? He can still see you, invest in you, and love you. So why didn't he? He didn't reach out when you turned 18. Look,
Right.
all right, you're back. Your attorney was up here, not really explaining.
I can show you. I can show you. I can show you.
Please show me.
He is dumb.
For the screen.
He is dumb. He's just dumb.
I'm trying to see. Trying to show you on. Can you flip the camera? Can you flip the camera so I can show you from the I can show you with my laptop. They have that. It says it right here. It says when one parent has sole physical custody of the child will live with the parent majority of the time. Even when the parent has sole custody, the other parent is usually awarded visitation time with the child. Only in the most extreme offenders are prohibited from seeing the child. The ending. Listen, look at the ending is where
I don't
that
know.
was what happened.
Wait, Sincere. That last portion that you just read, can you read it again verbatim? I don't know where you Googled this, but I love that you Googled it. Can you read this?
It's not a real
again.
document.
Yep, it says the only most extreme offenders are prohibited from seeing their child.
All right, pause. Can you read that again?
Read it again. I'll read it one more time, just for the people. Only the most extreme offenders are prohibited from seeing their child.
Only the most extreme offenders are prohibited from seeing their child. I don't know who told you that because your dad moved on with another person, that was sufficient
Right.
for extreme offenders
Yes.
preventing your dad from seeing you. Who told you that?
It was on Google just now. I just Googled it. The
No,
whole
no, no,
custody.
no, no. Who told you?
This nigga said, I just Googled. First thing was like, I'm gonna show you the document. As if he had like documentation where his mom went to court and was like, he moved on with another family or whatever. So I want all his visitations taken or whatever. This nigga said he Googled it. And then Thymus had to tell him, read it again several times because what he was saying was proving Thymus' point. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're saying that your mother, your single mother who raised you, stuck around intentionally, went to court, or just intentionally, you guys, kept the father away. It's not the woman's responsibility, first of all, to keep a man around to be a father. If we're dealing with two grown individuals, why is it the woman's? If the woman, usually from the man I know, I have encountered, and I don't deal with weak men as friend when it comes to friendships or just people that want if the mother has some unbalance or is not being a mom or she's doing something out of spite, they go to the courts. Because you know why? They had good standing already with the courts, anyways, because they paying in child support. They sure got documentation that they have financially, even outside of child support, been helping the mother. And usually the man that I encounter that have full custody of their children, don't even let the mother suffer. She got issues with bills. She got anything. They helping out eat on top of paying child support. So what the fuck is he talking about? And then once again, you guys, just hold on here. I'm gonna tell you why he thinks like that.
That your dad was prevented from seeing you because your mom took away his visitation rights. Who told you that?
I'm not that. Other family members.
He lying.
They lied to you.
That's not true. Why would they? Why can't you accept that it can
Do
happen?
you think your dad is an extreme offender because he found a new wife?
No, not at all.
So he would not meet the standard. He would not meet the standard for the court to revoke visitation.
The only thing I could say is because what of him not living in the home, and that was the reasoning of
No, that
that
is
court
the
to happen
reason.
like that.
No. Him not
Does that
living
make
in the
sense?
home.
Did that happen?
Him not living in the home is the
Right.
reason for visitation, not the reason to remove visitation.
I don't know. I was a child, but something happened for where he didn't have custody of the child. Something happened.
So
I was young, so on that point, so I really
no.
didn't
You were
understand.
young. You were young. That is completely fine. I'm trying to understand why it is that you are saying that your dad did not have visitation rights.
What we based off earlier, the breakup.
No, the breakup means you get visitation. You don't need visitation rights if you live with your child.
Something was probably said or pushed more in court
No.
for in her favor to get
That was
the
not the
child. I think
question.
that
Was
no, I really
not.
think that's what it is.
All right. So when we were talking about the cultural stuff, I let you have it. We're talking
Yeah.
about the legal stuff now. I'm not letting you have it. I'm telling you that your dad leaving the home, right, allows for visitation. If he was in the home with you, there would be no need for visitation because he would have lived there with you.
That's what I said. I said that's what I said. That he didn't have the visitation because he was living in the home. That's what I said.
All right.
Same
So now
thing.
when he left the home, he got visitation. And you're saying your mom removed visitation, right?
Is that possible? 'Cause I'm no
Revoked.
attorney. Is that possible? That happened?
It is not possible that I can think of, in any circumstance where I can think of, that the reason your mom removed visitation and the court, like women can be angry and try to remove visitation
Right.
because man
I understand
married.
that. Definitely.
All right, well, let me mute you for a second because I don't understand. I don't understand. Why is it that we can't talk? Like, you can't let me finish and then you talk. Like, why are you interrupting when we're going back and forth? It's like not courteous to be doing that. Like, can you not? I beg. I promise you will get to speak. It is not likely that the court would remove visitation after you just articulated a standard which says only the most extreme offenders would be prevented from getting visitation, right? So if the standard is that you have to be an extreme offender, in all our worlds, by the reasonable person standard, a man who chooses to move on with his life and have a new family does not necessitate an extreme offender.
Exactly. So his in his mind, in his actions, because you can see he's an older man. Y'all seen that picture of him some minutes ago in his video. He's older. You cannot, a woman cannot go to court and get a man, a father, or a man can't go to court and get a mother's rights removed because they're angry, because they're jealous. They have to have probable cause. It has to be documented. It has to be something that's on file. They can't just say, well, he's doing this and he's doing that here. He's blaming his mother. Why? Because he is his father now. He is that man. He has children. I can guarantee you he has children that he's not in their life. And he's blaming the woman because in his mind, because that woman ain't with him, that woman ain't allowing him to probably fuck him still, or whatever the case is here, it's her fault. 90% of the time, if you a single mother, okay, and you not effing that man still, or you're not allowing him, if he a bum ass person, if you guys did this when you were young or whatever, women, we get into things when we're younger and everything with the programming, the patriarchy programming. We think marriage, or we think having children and a family is everything, and it's where it's at here. And you wake up in your 30s, or you wake up in your 40s, 50s, whatever you wake up, okay, and you just say, hey, this ain't where it's at here, okay. However the case is, 90% of the time here, you just can't go to court because you mad. And that's not, I'm not gonna act like there's not bitter women out there, and you have every right. You didn't carry the whole fucking, I'm not supposed to be, oh, you shouldn't be bitter, you should allow this person to impregnate you, and then decide, hey, I don't want to be a parent, I want to be with a single woman here who don't got no kids. I'm not saying that. You got every right to be fucking mad. You carry the whole fucking human being in your fucking body here, which the masculine energy will never, men will never understand that. The change the body goes in, not let alone if you were married to this person and make commitment to this person here, and they decide to be none and void in the child's life. And then to this man here to have had a single mother who stuck around, y'all, and we ain't even got into the bit of it. Wait till we're gonna get to that point here. The mother, the person who stuck around and raised you and took on the burdens, to took you to school, dealt with you when you were sick here, dealt with the financial burdens of you here, and you sit back as a grown man, and then you still finding loopholes, whatever way he lying, acting like he got documentation saying he talking about the family told him that the mother kept him from the man because of she was jealous and mad. He lying, and Thymus called him out on that here. He finding every loophole because he has become that man. He has children out there that he's doing this, that he's finding. He sees his situation It had to be. Oh, well, my baby mama. He ain't saying this, but I can see through it. We know that's what it is. You are that nigga now. You are that man here who think that, hey, because a woman doesn't have, but you're supposed to be the masculine. You're supposed to be the one who had supposed to be the leader here, but you are saying that the woman is the one who did all this. Like your mother is the one who had control because this is what's going on in your life now. You have become your father. And this is why he continues to blame his single mother who stuck with him through thick and thin here and continues to blame her and say she's the reason here and not his father. Because his father wanted to move on and have a new life. His mother was bitter. Okay, catch it, y'all. Catch this shit. This is why he's saying that because he's not that man. And he probably has several children out there that he doesn't take care of.
So if your dad didn't visit, either he didn't want to visit you
Duh.
or he was an extreme offender. Do you understand that?
I understand that. I don't know because I was young. I was a child, so I would never
All right.
know those
I mean,
details. I agree with you. I know what you mean.
All right. So you don't know. So when you say your mom prevented your dad, you can't say that because you don't know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It could be, in my point of view, I think it was. I don't think that it was pushed enough for the father to be in the home, in my opinion.
All right, but that's the thing. You don't know, so you can't just come up here and say, I think my dad would have been there had my mom not prevented him. But your mom didn't prevent him as far as you know. He just never showed up. Your dad did not show up for you. He was not prevented from showing up for you. He just didn't show up for you.
You know it's true that there's some women out of spite that will hold the kids from men. You know that's true. That could have happened.
I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe there are some women. I believe that there are some women who will use their child as a tool and prevent the child from seeing their dad. I believe that. I'm saying your mom did not prevent your dad from seeing you because you don't know.
Oh, I just broke it down to you. Where I said the spite. It could have been the spite from him getting with another woman. That could have been trying to prevent.
No. You keep saying coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm saying you don't know.
I
And
don't know if this is 100%. I don't.
So exactly. So the fact that you came up here and you're saying she definitely did, right, is a problem because we both know she didn't, or we at least don't have proof that she did.
So what do you think? What do you think from your assessment? Do you think it was her or not?
I think a lot of men leave their families.
Okay.
And that's no fault of the child. And sometimes that's no fault, a lot of the time, that's no fault of the mother. They just decided to up and leave. As you said, some of them have children with women they don't love and leave.
Right.
You can be upset with your mother. I'm not saying not to be upset with your mother for struggling to raise you and not being wealthy enough. You can be upset. I don't know. You can do that, right? But your dad left you. He wasn't prevented. He wasn't stopped. He left. And in the case where he left, you should put the onus on him for leaving you.
Right.
He was wrong for leaving you. And you have a right to your emotions. It's just directed at the wrong person. Do you think your mom was a good person?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So you would say she really tried with you and
What?
cared for you and
of
provided
course.
for you.
She did good. She was doing good. She was middle class.
All right. What she did.
So you mean to tell me your mother was middle class? So that means she went through some schooling. She worked hard. She made it with a child, and she probably had more. She probably had what I'm sensing is that she had two more children. He didn't speak about that, but that's not the point. But I feel like she had more children, and then she did get remarried also, or she got into another relationship. Um, but you still, and through this video is not, I only have like 17 minutes of it, you guys. He continued. He did not see any fault. He still blamed his mother. And as you can see, he said it even here. His mother was a good mom. She was there. She made it out of the hood. She made it out of poverty and went on to achieve greatness. And he benefited from that here. But he blamed his mother, the woman that was there for him, the parent that was there for him, because he is that parent, you guys. And this is why he's like, she had to be doing something, because I'm experienced. He didn't say this, but he said it. He's experiencing that now. He's not there for his children because the women won't allow him to either bum off of them, allow him to come in and out when he want to. They probably got his ass on child support. He's experiencing that now. So he's reflecting back to his childhood, like, oh yeah, she had to be doing something here. Women, do not listen. There's factors in this, okay? I'm not talking about the men who are actively showing up, wanting to be fathers. Okay? And even financially, I don't care if you work at McDonald's. Financially, he's trying. He's trying in his mind, in his mental mind, he's trying to financially be there, but he's actively trying to be there. I'm not talking about those type of situations. But the black community is not at a 78% of single black women for nothing. And normally, mostly 100% of the time, women don't want to go through birthing a whole human being out of their bodies, out of their coochies, okay, busting it wide open and say, you know what? I want to financially struggle. I want to stay in the hood. I don't want a father around. I come from a family where I didn't have a father. So I'm going to make sure this child doesn't have a father. Okay, women don't actively make those type of decisions. That's nonsense. And for this man to sit there and say he's so fucking, but that's betrayal on his mother. You sit there and said out your mouth that your mother was a good woman. She got herself out of poverty. She was middle class. That means you reaped the benefits. You probably went to great schools and everything. You just made decisions, followed the footprints of your father. And I will bet you guys, I will bet that nigga got several kids and several baby mamas, and he's doing the same thing, and he got in his head, but since they not letting me lay up with them, or they not wanting me to sexually be in their life still here, or I want to move on here, that they are just like my mother, or they had to be because they keeping me out of my child's lives. And look, at the end of the day here, we talking about grown as adults. There are ways around the system here. No woman can go into court, you guys, and no woman at all in history can go into court and say, I'm mad, I'm upset because he moved on here, and the court gonna say, you know what, you're right. He shouldn't have left you for another family, or whatever the case is here. And so we're gonna take away his visitation rights. A lot of the times niggas get mad when you put them on child support, because it's money they're putting out and they ain't even getting nothing in return. They ain't getting no sex. Most men usually go off their value of, when it comes to their money, putting money into anything here, is if they're getting something out of it. Okay, they think with the left side of the brain here. And when it comes to the woman, if they not sexually involved, or if they are a bum ass motherfucker, you ain't letting them stay with you and bum off of you still and take your resources and letting them control your ass, then they don't see no value of taking care of their family that they have created. whether married or not. And this has been the beginning, you guys, of times. This is way before now, you guys. They've been doing this since after slavery, before slavery, they've been doing this shit. They've been leaving their families. And the person who stays there, which is usually the mother, she gets the butt end of the pointing the fingers. It was your fault. It was your fault. Even with the system here, if the mother abandons her child, like the most of the time the father does, or whatever, she'll get locked up, she'll get this and everything. Fathers, they just get thrown on child support, or they get thrown, they in the system now here. But if a woman usually decides to up and leave or whatever, she get arrested on spot. She would get child neglect. The father is not even looked at as child neglect. You put them on child support and they're not paying child support, or they're not there for the child, like medical bills or anything. I feel like it should be a system. Something should be set up where they are also getting the butt end of the stick as far as like getting locked up on spots. They actually should be thrown in jail as child neglect. They threw their not their seeds, because the woman has the seed, but they threw their fertilizer intentionally inside of a woman, and they are not taking responsibility. It has been like that through time, you guys, before slavery was even done. This has been going on for centuries. Look at the Moham report. This has been documented. They have been doing this for and it just behooves me that this man is sitting here blaming his mother, the woman that was there for you. I'm sure she wasn't perfect. I'm definitely sure she wasn't perfect. But out of his own mouth, he said she was a good mother. She did the best. She got them out of poverty on her own. And he sit there and he continues, you guys. This video is about to end here, but he continues to blame her. He continues to say it was her fault. Because you know why? He's not only is he just continue, he gonna continue to go to his grave and blame her, because he has become that man now. He has become his father. And that's what he's not saying. But I know. I see you, nigga. Okay, I see you, nigga.
Well, she took on the mantle of a mother and a father.
Yep.
And you are here. Yeah. And you are here blaming her for raising you the best way she knew how to. You lived and you survived, and she's the reason you did that. So the fact that you could come up here and blame her for your father not being there is completely bizarre to me.
It is.
Because you just said she did good. She was a good mother. She made it to the middle class. That is amazing. On her own with a child, I'm assuming if she got remarried, I don't know. But based on what you've told me, on her own with a child, she took you and she dragged herself and you all the way to the middle class. And she found a way to make a way while your dad did not show up for you.
Yeah, she worked. She took care of me and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you understand how you're dishonoring her name by you being
Dishonor,
here and
ass nigga.
What I'm saying is that
Dishonoring ass nigga. Okay. DNA, look, y'all. This nigga ain't no right, y'all. Okay, let me look. Y'all can go watch that video more. It's more. He continued. And Thymus, at this point, the host completely got upset because he was like, we spent 2 hours. This video, I think, was like 2-3 hours. He continued still. Thymus laid down all the gist of things here. Like, it makes no sense what you're saying. You coming up here still dishonoring your mother, knowing that I'm pretty sure there was many times that he probably even seen his mother cry or struggled, going through school, working hard, and he still is sitting back, dishonoring her, throwing her under the bus, saying it was all her fault, that this grown ass motherfucking man wasn't in your life. Oh, That's not the gist of it, though. There were people coming up saying, well, what about now? If this is the case, that your mother kept your father from you, it was her fault. What about now since you're a grown man? He's like, no, he never got in touch with me. And he did live like down the street from me or whatever the case. He still never got in touch with me and everything. So you a grown ass man. He knows where you're at. He knows what city you're at. He still never got involved with you because he never wanted to get involved with you here. And he's saying because oh, my mom, my father moved on to another family or whatever the case is. And sometimes that's the situation. Okay. And I say, and like I said before, I don't understand why people would not understand why people would be mad if a woman laid down and had a child, a whole human being from you, and then you move on with another family, you start taking care of another family, and you're not taking care of your seed or that woman while she's going through her childbirth or going through her, time as a woman experience. I can understand the anger. I don't agree with keeping children away, and I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, but statistically, you guys, let's not act like 78% of the population of Black women are not single mothers because they chose to be. That's bullshit. A lot of the Black men also have mental illness. They have mental issues. They are terrible fathers or don't know how to be fathers because they didn't grow up with good fathers in their lives here who were mentally stable themselves, or they grew up with none fathers. Naturally, when a woman is carrying the race of people here, because we birth out men, we're birthing out human beings. We naturally, a lot of the times, that natural instincts kick in for us. Come on, we're going through almost a whole year carrying a human being. We're feeding this child. We're feeling the child. We're going through emotions. So most of the time, this is how the Black community has been sustained. It has not been sustained through Black men. We have been keeping the community afloat. We have been going through college, graduating, going on to own businesses or become CEOs of top corporations. The Black woman is the most powerful mentally and intellectually in the world of any race of women. Statistically, we can see who's been keeping up the community. If we have young males, older males, teenagers running rapid through the community, shooting and robbing people, robbing just, the community, period. Why is that? Because things are out of balance. Why is it that the Black woman is looked at as more what they call angry Black woman, masculine, all this shit? If we are more masculine and we are more dominant, what the fuck is man then? What is the creations that we're creating out of our wounds? We're pushing out of our wounds. What are they? What are our uncles? They're more stepped into their feminine energy. We have no choice. A lot of Black women have no choice but to step more into the masculine side because we are the caretakers. We are the protectors now. And it's not by choice. That is a fucking myth. There's hardly no women out here. And I'm not saying there's none. I have to say that because I know they have ignorant people, ignorant masculine, ignorant men, and sometimes even mammies, women who like it. I know one woman, I know two women who do this and this and whatever. I'm talking about majority, you guys. 78% is a big majority. That's almost 100%. And for this video, for this man to sit up here and consistently throw his mother under the fucking bus, who has been there for him, who has drug herself, as Simon said, out of poverty and made it to the fucking middle class and gave him a good life. And for him to consistently, and throughout the whole video, you guys watch it, it's like 3 hours long. By, excuse me, the guy Thymus, the host, was getting upset. He was like, you still don't get it. You are still making an excuse for your grown ass father. And what Thymus wasn't getting is that because that guy is now his father. He's not in his children's life. He blames the mother. He is making the woman the responsibility. Men like this usually make the responsibility of the woman to keep them in their life. If the woman is not giving them what they want, allowing them to come in when they want to, see the child when they want to, financially do what they want to here, then it's her fault. And that's a bitch ass motherfucker. Okay? Women, don't do that. Do not lie to your sons or your daughters about what's the truth, you guys. Stop doing that. That's that saying, the black in the black community, what goes on in his house stays in his house here. No, let your children know. I'm not talking about little small children, little small babies here, but they get to a fucking certain age and they on TikTok, social media, and they finding out things here. It's time to let them know here. Don't let them grow up in a bullshit ass situation, or have them, you watch a video and you see your own daughter or son throwing your ass up under the bus here, and then also saying, yeah, she was a good mom though. She was a good mom and everything, but it was her fault. Not my father's fault, even though he's in another family taking care of other children here. Okay? Don't do that, y'all. Tell them the truth. Don't be lying to your kids. Don't be trying to protect. Don't step into that patriarchy energy and be protecting a black man, white man, whatever race you deal with. Okay? Because it goes on in all races, but definitely, I'm a black woman. This is a black woman experience. I have seen it. Although I grew up with my father, I was married. Okay, all the in betweens and everything doesn't mean that I am closed off to seeing what the stats are and what's the honest truth of things are. Okay, it's bullshit. It's bullshit, y'all. All right, y'all, but you know what I'm saying. You guys drop your comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this um commentary that I have showed you guys, or this video I've showed you guys here. Let me know how you feel. What's your opinion on things here? Okay, because you know what? This is her story, not his story. All right, you guys, until next time, y'all already know. All right, y'all know where it's at, you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, whatever it is, you guys. Get it out there. I will see you guys soon. I'm out.